They spit on you, they mock you, they test your limits, trying to break you, to make you lose your control. But the Stoic man, he respects everyone, not because they've earned it, but because deserves it. Subscribe to AREV, where ancient Stoic wisdom meets the modern man. Respect, not weakness. Stoics knew the man who respects all, even his enemies, is the man no one can break. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." You don't respect others because they've earned it. You do it because you are composed, disciplined, above the fray, above pettiness. That's Stoic power. It's easy to return fire when someone attacks you, to meet disrespect with disrespect. But a Stoic, he asks himself, what good will that do? What good is there in becoming the very thing you despise? When you encounter disrespect, ask yourself, is this the man I want to be? If not, then don't stoop to their level. Rise above it. Remember, your actions are a reflection of your character. Make sure they reflect the man you aspire to be, not the man who seeks to tear you down. Seneca, another Stoic, reminded us, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle." Respect is compassion in disguise. It's not softness, it's awareness. A real man sees the broken parts of others and chooses not to break them further. We all carry burdens, some heavier than others. We all have our own demons to fight, our own battles to win. You may not see them, but they are there, lurking beneath the surface. When someone lashes out, remember that they are acting from a place of pain. They are reacting to their own internal struggles, their own private hells. Instead of meeting their anger with your own, try to see the scared child within. Respect in this light becomes an act of kindness. It's a way of saying, "I see you." You think disrespecting them punishes them? It doesn't, it poisons. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Respect protects you from yourself. Anger is a powerful emotion. It can consume you, twist you, turn you into something you never wanted to be. It's a fire that burns hot and fast, leaving nothing but ashes in its wake. When you allow someone else's disrespect to dictate your actions, you surrender your power to them. You give them control over your emotions, your thoughts, your very being. The Stoic understands that true power lies in self-control, in choosing to respond with reason, not with rage. Remember, the only person you can truly control is yourself. Chapter 4. People mirror you. Disrespect begets more disrespect. It's a vicious cycle, a downward spiral into chaos and anger. But when you respect others, even the worst of them, you create a mirror. Eventually, they'll reflect back the same. We are all interconnected, like threads in a tapestry. Our actions, no matter how small, have a ripple effect on the world around us. When you meet disrespect with respect, you disrupt the cycle of negativity. You introduce a new element, one that has the power to transform the entire dynamic. It may not happen immediately. The other person may continue to lash out, to spew their venom, but deep down your respect will plant a seed. Chapter 5. Respect builds alliances, not enemies. The Stoic doesn't crave war. He craves peace, within and around. When you respect even the rude, even the arrogant, you diffuse hostility before it explodes. That's power. The world is full of conflict. It's easy to get caught up in the us versus them mentality, to see everyone as a potential enemy. But the Stoic understands that true strength lies in building bridges, not walls. When you approach others with respect, you open the door to dialogue. You create a space where differences can be acknowledged and addressed without resorting to aggression or violence. Even if you disagree with someone, even if you find their behavior abhorrent, you can still treat them with respect. You can still acknowledge their humanity, their right to exist. Chapter 6. Your ego craves disrespect. Your reason demands respect. You want to clap back. You want revenge. But the Stoic says, control the self, or be controlled by the self. Respect is your rebellion against ego. The ego is a tricky beast. It craves attention, validation, superiority. It thrives on conflict and feeds on disrespect. When someone disrespects you, your ego screams for retribution. It wants you to lash out, to put them in their place. But the Stoic understands that the ego is not to be trusted. It is a false idol, a siren that lures you onto the rocks of anger and resentment. True strength lies in silencing the ego, in choosing reason over emotion. A man who responds with grace in the face of disrespect, that's the man people admire. In silence they say, I want to be like him, be him. In a world that often seems to reward aggression and bravado, the calm man stands out. He is a beacon of reason in a sea of chaos, a rock in the midst of a storm. People are drawn to calmness. It is a sign of strength, of self-control, of inner peace. When you are calm, you radiate an aura of confidence and authority that commands respect. The next time you are faced with disrespect, remember that the world is watching. How you respond will speak volumes about your character. Anyone can yell, anyone can insult, but to speak calmly and still be heard, that's stoicism, that's respect. True power doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to assert itself through force or aggression, it simply is. The Stoic understands that true strength lies in quiet confidence, in the unshakable belief in one's own values and principles. When you're secure in yourself, you don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to belittle others to feel important. Your words carry weight because they are spoken with conviction and clarity. Remember, respect is not about being a pushover. The world is rude, people are harsh, but you are the rock in the storm, the lighthouse in the fog. Respect shows you are not like them. It's easy to get swept up in the negativity of the world, to allow the rudeness and disrespect of others to poison your own outlook. But the Stoic understands that he is not defined by his environment. He is not a product of his circumstances. He chooses his own path, his own way of being in the world. You are not obligated to stoop to the level of those around you. You can choose to be different. They think you're soft. Let them. They don't understand Stoicism. To respect others, especially when it's hard, is not surrender, it's mastery. Respect is often mistaken for weakness. People assume that if you are respectful, you are a pushover, a doormat, someone who can be easily taken advantage of. But nothing could be further from the truth. True respect requires immense strength. It takes courage to remain calm in the face of adversity, to treat others with kindness even when they are being unkind to you. The Stoic understands that respect is not about surrendering your power. It's about choosing how you wield it. It's about recognizing that true strength lies not in dominating others, but in mastering yourself. Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind, so do difficult people. Every rude person teaches you patience. Every insult sharpens your focus. Respect is the doorway to learning. Every interaction, no matter how challenging, is an opportunity for growth. Even the most difficult people can teach you valuable lessons about yourself, about the world, about the nature of human interaction. The Stoic understands that every challenge is an opportunity to practice virtue. Every rude person is a chance to practice patience. Every insult is an opportunity to practice forgiveness. So respect everyone, not for them, but for you, because you are a Stoic. And a Stoic doesn't react like the rest. He responds like a rock, solid, calm, grounded, unbreakable. Subscribe to AREV for more ancient truths for modern men. This is not motivation, this is Stoic transformation.